Hey everyone, it's Annalie. Welcome back on my channel. Today's video is going to be the start of my decluttering series, decluttering my makeup collection. I'm not sure how well I'm going to do because, to be honest, I feel like a lot of things are going to be hard to decide. Do I keep it? Do I not keep it? Simply because of YouTube purposes. So I'm going to let you vote whenever I'm not sure. You can vote in the comments, let me know, Emily, don't keep it, not worth it, or Emily, keep it, I really want to see a tutorial on it, for example. So let's start with foundations because it's going to be pretty easy, I think. I think I'm not too bad with foundations. More like it's not gonna be too hard to decide which ones I don't like. So let's open the drawer. So these are all my foundation, drugstore, and high-end. I think I'm gonna put them all on the table and then go through them. So I'm gonna start with the drugstore one. Those are all the drugstore foundations that I currently own, except there might be one or two that are in my drawer to do a drugstore haul for soon. So those are all the other ones that are in my drawer. I feel like I got every single one. I feel like I have like foundations everywhere, but these are the ones that I think, all the ones that I have. So I'm gonna go through this, explain which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm not. If I'm not sure, you can vote and let me know what you think. So first one has to be the Maybelline Hydrate and Smooth, Hydrate and Dewy, I believe, in the US. So I have the color 110 Porcelain for the winter and 125 for the summer. Love this foundation. There's no way I'm getting rid of it. So one of my holy grail light coverage foundation. If you haven't tried it, recommend it. I also have the Maybelline Dream Velvet, which I have two shades. I'm gonna get rid of the number 10 because it's too pink tone for me. Number 15 is better for me. I'm gonna be trying it out. I did try it out when it was a little colder and I wanted to see how it would act on my skin during the summer. So I'm gonna give it one more go to decide how I really feel about it. But this one is gonna get out of my collection. Then I have the Garnier BB cream. I have the anti-aging one because the other ones I couldn't use because I was allergic to certain ingredients. So I have the light medium color, which is like way too dark. Like it's just a bit ridiculous. It's like not that light, like it's my summer color. But the thing is that there's zero coverage, but it smells really good. But it's really just not worth it, so I won't keep this. I think I'm gonna offer it to my sister because she likes really natural coverage, so I'm gonna offer it to her. If she doesn't want it, I'm gonna trash it because there's legit zero coverage and it's just not worth it. This is the Marcelle Sheer Tint Fluid Moisturizer, so basically a tinted moisturizer. I have the color Luminous Beige. I love this. It's one of those tubes that looks like full until you're done with it, but I'm probably at least halfway through this. Whenever I just want something light coverage with a little bit of an SPF, that's what I go for. Love this, not getting rid of it. This one I'm a bit torn. This is the Bourjois LT Mix Serum. The thing is, the shade that I have is 51 and I had 52, which I thought was too yellow, so I finished the bottle, then went and bought this one because in store it looked way less yellow than the other one, but turns out this is still too yellow for me. So I think I'm gonna pass it on to someone else. The thing is, I think I'm gonna get one of the darker shades because they seem to have a better undertone for me. It's just sad because I love this to replace the L'Oreal True Match Lumi because they don't have a shade light enough for me, so I thought that could be my winter shade, but it's not, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately pass it along. It's a great foundation. It looks really nice, a little dewy, gives you like a medium coverage, and it smells again like fruits, which is just my weakness. So if you haven't tried this is great, but they only have like 5 shades and like their darker shades are basically barely darker than me during the summer, so just keep that in mind. But if you can find your shade, I think it's a great foundation, but this color just doesn't work for me, so I'm gonna get rid of it and get the right one. Now the L'Oreal True Match, this is the color C1. I got it because everybody was raving about this foundation and it's one of the only one that I could really find at a drugstore that is like really pale. I did a video wearing this where I was like at my lightest and it's really white, which is perfect. The only thing is that I hate it. It's the perfect color for me, but it's so cakey, like it just sits on my skin. That's the best way to explain it, and it does cling to any dry patches, and during the winter my skin is more prone to that. So unfortunately this is just really not working for me. I'm just sad because the color match was perfect. I just wish the Lumi one had C1, but the lightest one they have in the cool tone range is C3, which is like my summer shade, so kind of not working for me. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. I just don't like it. I almost want to keep it just because I like the color, but it just doesn't work for me. Speaking of the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, I have these 2 shades, which this one is obviously dark for me, but I feel like the undertone is better than this one. This one is C3, which is my favorite. It's a little bit too pink tone whenever I'm in the middle of summer, so that's why I bought C5 just to mix them together. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and buy N3 just to see if the undertone is better. But this is a holy grail foundation. Whenever I want a luminous medium coverage but that looks like skin, this is the one I go for. I just will never be without this foundation. I adore it. So again, something you always see me wear. I love it. Never getting rid of this, so keeping this. Another holy grail product is the Liweli baby cream. This is the Beyond the Solution. Again, if I could only wear one product on my face for the rest of my life, this would probably be it. The only thing I can think of to complain is the fact that there's no SPF in it and that there's only one shade. So it either fits you or it doesn't. For me, it's perfect towards like in between season. During the summer, it can become a little too light, but right now it's the perfect match for me. It's such a gorgeous color. It's a little bit gray tone, so if you have a warm undertone, it might not work for you. I would say if you're like NW20 in a MAC foundation, that would be something I would recommend, especially if you have more dry skin. I will just never be without it. I'm like running low on it, and I actually already bought a backup, so love it. Never getting rid of this. Then I have the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion. I have the color N2, which I think is a bit too yellow tone for me. I've been using it. I do love it, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy the C3, which I use for just the normal Lumi one, because I do want to try it more. I do like it. It's very dewy, and for the summer it would be perfect, but this shade is a bit light, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy the number C3. I'm gonna keep this because I still like it. There's not a lot of product in it though. I feel like when you look at it, there's like half the product that there is in this one. So not a lot, and I feel like it's more expensive too, so I don't know. I do like the compact form though, so I'm gonna keep it. Last foundation for the drugstore is the Neutrogena LT Skin Liquid Makeup. I bought this when I went to the US because we don't have this, I believe, in Canada. And I had the color 20 Ivory, Natural Ivory, which I was so disappointed because I feel like everybody says this is a great foundation if you have dry skin. But again, I felt like it kind of reminded me of this True Match one. It just sits on my skin. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't look good at all. So I would get rid of this. I think I'm going to keep it just because I feel like it now reminds me a lot of the NARS Sheer Glow. So I might do a half-half face if you are interested. Unfortunately, you already know that now I don't really like this one, but I could do that if you're interested. So I'm going to keep it. Like I'm going to do like a separate category. Like I'm keeping it to do a video on it, but then I'm going to get rid of it. So yeah, I think I got rid of quite a bit of drugstore foundation. I kind of already knew. I did already get rid of a few, by the way, before I did this video by mistake. I shouldn't have. I did get rid of the newest one from e.l.f. Was it like the Barely There or something? Because it was barely there. It was legit like you're not wearing any makeup. So to me, it's like, what's the point? I do like light coverage, but that was just too light. So it's not there, but it would be right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in the drawer, and I'm going to put all the high-end ones. Part 2, these are all my high-end foundation, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I'm missing some, but you know how it is. Like they just end up being in another bag or something. Anyway, so those are all the ones that I have. I'm going to start with Holy Grail, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I have two shades, the color 115 and the color R300. Again, that's another range of color that I feel like I can't find my perfect shade, but like those are like close enough. So those are the ones that I use. Love this, will never be without it. It's one of my favorite high-end foundation. It reminds me quite a bit of the L'Oreal Lumi foundation. So if you wanted like cheaper alternative, I would recommend that one. This one is like medium coverage, very natural. It's a little less dewy than the Lumi one, but I really love it. For photography, this is perfect because there's no SPF in it. So we'll never be without this. Another great foundation is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I have the color 3.5. I'm gonna actually put this on my table right now to remind myself to use it because it was too dark, obviously, for me for the winter, but now it's gonna be matching me, so I want to start using it again. Great light coverage foundation, so I'm gonna be using this right now because I need to remind myself how I feel about it, but I know I love it. More recently, I tried the MAC Face and Body Foundation. I have the color N2. Not perfect match, but good enough. I like it, but surprisingly, I'm not like that impressed. I feel like everybody was saying that this would be like a new holy grail for me. And so far, I like it, but I'm not like blown away. I don't know, I'm a little meh about it. So I'm gonna keep trying it. I'm gonna keep it, obviously. It's very recent. But it wouldn't be the first one I would recommend if you're asking me. Then I have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. This is the stick foundation. I have the color 115, which is exactly the same color as the lightest one that I showed. This is an amazing foundation. It is full coverage, like very buildable coverage, but it still looks pretty natural on the skin, which is surprising. I thought I would hate this because I really don't like stick foundations usually because I find them very drying. I feel like it just emphasizes any dryness on my skin. Not this one, but I have to say, if I use it every single day, I do feel like it's starting to block my pores a bit. So I would just keep that in mind. I would recommend to really wash your skin whenever you're wearing it. Obviously, you should always like properly remove your makeup, but just be extra careful with it. But whenever I really want full coverage and look flawless for a picture or in a video, this has to be one of the ones I will go for. Then I have the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. I have the color Nude, I believe. Where is it? So my card was full, so I'm not sure where I was, but basically this is a great tinted moisturizer, just not my favorite. So I'm going to put it in the pile of like, do what you have to do with it, then get rid of it pile. I told you it would be hard for me to do these things. So yeah, next one, I'm going to do the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have quite a few shades. I'm going to get rid of the only one that doesn't match me. So those are the two lightest shades. They were sent to me. I believe Pearl is the one that is yellow tone. I will check obviously before getting rid of it, but I won't keep it because it's too yellow for me. I'm going to keep Snow. So I love this foundation. I'm currently like, it just was my favorites video. I love it. It is full coverage, but it looks super natural, but I adore it, especially filming or taking pictures or going out type foundation. This is fantastic. Not getting rid of this for sure. The NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. This is kind of a mystery to me because there's nothing in there. So I really don't know where this foundation is. And I know a lot of people were asking me recently what I thought about it. And I did do a first impression, and ever since, I don't know where it is. So I'm not sure what happened to it. I moved like twice since. So I don't know if I just lost it or something. But I had the color Santa Fe, which was my perfect summer shade. So I'm really gonna try to like find it, because I do remember it was nice, especially for the summer, because it has almost like a powdery finish at the end. So I'm gonna put it in the keep it pile, but I don't have it. Bobbi Brown, I have the color Cool Beige in the Skin Foundation. I feel like everybody was raving about this foundation, and I like it, but once again, after trying so many different ones, I'm not sure it's my holy grail. Like, it's a nice one. I will be putting it in the try it again before deciding pile. Again, I like it. It's natural. It doesn't emphasize dryness. Doesn't make my skin drier, but I'm not sure if I like it more than the other ones that I'm keeping. So I'm going to put it in that pile and decide. Same thing with the Sephora Tint Infusion. This is the color 14, which is soft beige. I will be trying this out again. It kind of reminds me again of like that type of foundation that gives you a powdery finish at the end. So I'm going to try it right now because it's more suited for me towards the summer. I'm going to be able to decide what I think about it. I feel like I like it, but again, it doesn't blow me away. So I could keep it and finishing it, but I just not sure. I'm going to be trying it out once again. I'll decide what I think about it pretty soon. I knew I forgot one. Okay, so the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I have the color Fair Light Neutral. It's not too light for me, but I do like it. I will be keeping it so that next next winter I can try it more. Again, it's a great foundation. It's luminous. It's nice. Do I like it more than the other ones? I'm unsure because I wasn't able to try it that much before it got too light for me, but I will be keeping it. I have the Illamasqua. This is the Rich Liquid Foundation in 100, which is just a white shade. I haven't had the chance to try it that much, but ew, this is looking a little gross though. It's starting to separate a little. I'm like not trusting it anymore because it's looking a little green. Okay, so this is a white foundation. I use it to mix it with foundations that are too dark for me. I need to try it more to decide how I feel about it. I like it, but it's pretty thick, so I'm a little unsure. I feel like it's more suited towards dry skin, so it should help my skin. Again, just a little unsure with it, so I'm gonna keep it and I'll decide what I think of it. Last but not least, I have the Giorgio Armani. This is the Luminous Skin Foundation. I exchanged it for the number 4 because number 2 suited me when I did the first impression, but it didn't suit me for the summer, which we're going for the summer, so might as well get that shade. Number 4 will match me better. It's a great foundation. It is really the type that gives you flawless skin, but like a powdery finish, which I'm getting used to, and it's growing on me. I do like it, so I'm gonna keep it, obviously. I feel like I didn't get rid of that much in the high-end shades, but I feel like I researched them a lot more before buying them, or I returned them, try to, because Sephora 30 days is not a lot to try a foundation. So yeah, I'm gonna keep those, so I'm gonna put them back in the drawer. So I didn't talk about this one. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Foundation. I have the color NC15, which I got matched at the store and didn't get it right. I'm actually like NW15. It's too yellow tone for me, but I wanted to mention it because I will obviously back to MAC it. This is my holy grail. Like when you're breaking out a lot and you're like, what am I gonna do? Like you gotta admit, like it affects you. So whenever I would have a really bad skin day, this would be the foundation I would go to because it could save you. Like, it saved my day so many times. So it is a really, really full coverage foundation. And if I was having like acne again, I would go and buy this. It's a bit drying if you have dry skin, but it was totally worth it in my opinion. It's very long wearing and very high coverage. So if you're looking for something like that, it is a fantastic foundation. But for me, don't need it right now. It's not the right color, so I'm just gonna back to my kit. So I think that's it. I don't know if it looks like I did a great job. I feel like it's not too bad, especially considering I didn't think I would do a great job. Well, I forgot this one. I was mentioning the NARS, this is the Sheer Glow Foundation. I have the color Light 4, which is Deauville, which is a bit too yellow for me. I've had it for quite a long time, so I'm gonna get rid of it for that reason, but it's also very yellow. I don't know why I thought it was matching me or something, but it probably was always too yellow for me. It's a nice foundation, but I feel like it used to work better for me than it did last time, because last time I tried it, I felt like it reminded me quite a bit of the Neutrogena one. I felt like it sat on my skin a lot more than it used to. I don't know if it's because my skin was less combo, more dry. Could be the reason. I could try to get a sample size and then do half my face with the Neutrogena one if you're interested. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. So currently forgot another one. How many can I forget? This is the CoverGirl True Blend Foundation. I have the color L3. I got it pretty recently, but I wanted to test it out again. Fun fact, this is the first foundation I've ever purchased, although I used to use it as concealer for under my eyes. I don't know what high school Emily thought, but that's what she was doing. So, well, it's not that bad because you do get quite a bit more products than in concealer. So maybe I was just thinking that way. I do remember really liking it, but yeah, I haven't tried it that many times yet. So I don't want to say yet, but I used to really like it. So I'm gonna try it out again and let you know what I think of it. Yeah, not too bad for someone that thought I wouldn't do too well. So this is what I'm left with. Not too bad. It's still way more than I need, but kind of have to go with it with YouTube, right? So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss any future videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.